right, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. How are you all doing on this wonderful and terrific and amazing Friday morning? I am so glad to be alive. I'm glad to see you on, and I hope that your family is doing well. Welcome to Family Morning Transformation with yours truly, DMP Speaks. My name, if you don't know it by now, is David M. Pinson, but I go by the name of DMP Speaks. I'm an empowerment speaker, a Christian counselor, and a family restoration specialist. And I do these lives every Monday through Friday at 7:30 a.m. and on Saturday at 8:30 a.m. I come to rebuild your family dynamic. Again, thank you so much for joining me on this early Saturday, Friday morning. I'm getting my days mixed up already. It is early, but I'm excited. I'm excited to be in front of you on this morning. Um, as you come in, please, please, please do me a favor. Do me a favor. Please share this if you care. Share this, share this, share this, share this with your family members. Share this with your friends, your co-workers, your church family. Share this live on this morning because I believe it's going to be beneficial for you all. Um, and as you come in, please tell me where you are watching from, the city, the state, the country. It doesn't matter. And the reason why I ask that because I want to be able to connect with you and not just give you something and just go. I want to know where you're calling in or looking in from. I want to know what's going on with you because I care. Because I care about your well-being and I definitely care about your family's well-being. So, with that being said, please, again, please share this with someone. What I want to talk about this morning is your family does not have to suffer anymore. Again, the topic today is your family does not have to suffer anymore. And what do I mean by this morning? And again, please share this with someone. I believe that you're at a place now that, as I say most of the time, doesn't matter how much money you have or you don't have, or power or you don't have, prestige, influence. Every family has some kind of difficulty or some kind of suffering. Every family goes through something. It's different levels, right, to pain, but everybody goes through some kind of heartache or pain in their lives. Nobody's exempt. No family is exempt. My family has not been exempt. Your family has not been exempt. There has been some kind of suffering. There has been some kind of pain. There's been some kind of topsy-turvy situation in your family. But what I want to say to you this morning, your family does not have to continue to suffer like it has anymore. And what do I use that word anymore? Because you already have had suffering times, you've already had difficulties. Now it's time for your family to be transformed. Let me say that again. Your family needs to be transformed. It needs to be renewed. Your family's mind, including yourself, needs to be renewed. It needs to be restored. Your faith has to be restored. Your hope in your family has to be restored. Things have to change in your family for the better. A lot of your families are suffering because there has been no forward movement. There has been no change. Things have been the same for the 5, 10, 15 years that you've been dealing with your issues in your family. And nobody has fully changed. There has been no plan put together for those things to change. The suffering, the emotional bleeding, the psychological bleeding has been going, the hemorrhaging has been going on long enough. And why am I so it seems like I'm so graphic? Because it's been a suffering that you all have experienced. Some of you have not talked to your adult child in years. Some of you have not seen your grandchild in years. Some of you are functioning in dysfunction for years. Let me say that again. You all have been suffering in dysfunction for years. You've been functioning in dysfunction. How can you function in dysfunction? Well, a lot of us do. A lot of your families do. There's a lot of families in the world that do. But you don't have to continue to suffer the way that you are suffering in your family. It is time now, my brothers and my sisters, whether you're white, black, yellow, green, blue, doesn't matter to me. Your family is suffering, but you don't have to continue to suffer anymore. There has to be a change in your life. There has to be a change, I'll say it again, in your life, in your life of your families. Excuse me, my allergies are acting up. I want to give you this because it is so important to tell you that you don't have to suffer. Your troubles don't have to continue to last. Let me say that again. Your situations don't have to continue to last. They can be changed. You don't have to continue to be in a lack of communication with your family. You don't have to be in a lack of communication with your family. I'll say it again. You don't have to continue to have lack in your communicational skills with your child or your children or your grandchildren or your spouse or your adult child. You don't have to continue to suffer. Your family does not have to suffer. If you get before before help can come, you have to make up in your mind that there's a problem. You have to be able to recognize that there's a problem. And many families know that there's a problem, but they don't know how to pinpoint the issue, the root issue. What is going on in my family? Why are we not getting along? A lot of it is trauma. A lot of it is your past. A lot of it is that you're not talking to one another. You're yelling it, you're screaming, you're trying to debate, you're trying to get your point across, and it's not getting anywhere, it's staying there, and it's messing up. It's disrupting your family dynamic, and you wonder why your body is stressed. You wonder why you can't sleep at night. You wonder why your children are so isolated. You wonder why you can't have any a family time that you when you try because you are separated. It's time to come together. I remember listening to a commercial. It was a catchy tune that says "Come together right now." I forget the rest of it, but I remember that piece. Come together. When are you and your family going to come together to stop suffering, to stop the bleeding? I put a post up yesterday. 28%, it's probably higher now. 28% have not stated that they're dealing with conflict in their home. Excuse me, that they are dealing with conflict. They are not recognizing that there is a problem. And if they are, they're not doing anything about it. When are you going to stop the suffering? When are you going to stop the problems? Problems are only going to continue to get worse if we do nothing about it. We have to do something about the problems that we have. Y'all hear what I'm saying? You have to be able to do something about it. The only way that things are going to turn around in your family is when you say, enough is enough. I'm tired of crying at night. I'm tired of being depressed about my family. I'm tired of drinking myself through these situations with my family. I'm tired of smoking my way through these trials and tribulations with my family. I'm tired. I'm tired of how things are. Like you got to get to the place that you get so tired that you are running, you're breaking somebody's door down to get some help. I'm serious. You are absolutely breaking the mental walls, the emotional walls of your family and saying enough is enough. I can't take how my family is. There's a father out there is tired how his family is functioning. There's a mother out there that's tired of how her family is functioning because you're not functioning on the level that you're supposed to be functioning on. You can't function the way that you are functioning right now because the way that you're functioning now, you're not functioning. You're just existing. You're not even living. You're existing. And we should never be in this earth or be on this earth just existing. Then we're not living. We're not growing. We're not thriving. Our families are not thriving. When are you going to start thriving? When are you going to start pushing the bar, as they say? When are you going to start getting your family on the right path? Next year? Let's be honest, you might not have next year. It's like you only have this time. You only have this time to change your family's life for the rest of your lives. See, we are so quick. We say this, we're so quick to go on vacations. We're so quick to go on vacations. I'll say it again. We are so quick to go on vacations and we'll spend money for this and we'll spend money for that. But when it's time for self-development, or especially for your family, to develop your family, to change your family dynamic, oh, we'll do that later. That's not really important, but it should be a priority. It should be a high priority. Because if your children are suffering now and you're not doing anything about it, or you're afraid, or you looking at it's because of money, or we don't have a problem, and you know you're not getting along, you know that your family is separated, but you're living in the house, you know your marriage is in turmoil, but you're living in the house and you're functioning in dysfunction, that dysfunction is going to continue to grow and fester out of control. And it's going to get to the place that it's going to be almost too late. So, what am I saying to you all? There is something that needs to be done. I'll say it again. There is something that needs to be done in your family's life. And the only way that things are going to change in your family's life is something that you have to do as the parent or guardian to turn things around for your family. The suffering of your family has to be done today. It has to end today. That is a choice that you have to make for your family. Are you ready for your family to be better? Are you ready for I'll say it again, are you ready for your family to look different, to feel different, to function different? And the reason why I'm coming this way today, because a lot of families are suffering, and they're suffering in silence. So we talk about individuals suffering in silence, and that's a real thing. That's a real thing. But there's a lot of families that are suffering in silence, and they're not getting the help that they need. And you have to be able to get to the place that enough is enough. I'll say it again, enough is enough. And because enough is enough, there is something that you have to change, family. Please. So I'm going to end it here. I'm going to say to you, and I want to encourage you, the suffering has to stop. Your family does not have to suffer like it has been suffering all of these months and years and weeks and days and decades. It's something has to stop. The ball stops right here with your family. Let's break that generational curse. Let's break that generational curse over your entire family so your family can function and function the way God intended, function the way it's supposed to be. With time, there's a process. But if you don't start that process, there will be no progress. Let me say it again. If you don't start the process of your family changing, there will be no progress. There will be no forward movement. There will be no change. Because that's what I want for your family. This is not a fly by night. This is not me just trying to get you pumped up. I'm getting you in, I'm getting in your mind. I'm getting in your thoughts this morning because I care about your family just as much as I care about mine. Because this is my purpose. This is my purpose. And because this is my purpose, I'm going to throw my whole self in it for your family. Because your family deserves, and let me say it just like I feel it, every family is worth restoring. Let me say it again. Every family is worth restoring. Every family is worth restoring. Now, if you're interested and you believe that this is the time for your family to stop suffering the way that it's suffering, I want you to go to my social media page and I want you to click on the link and I want you to sign up for your free 30-minute consultation call. I want to help your families to stop the suffering. Again, every family is worth restoring. I believe that in my heart of hearts. This is why I do my lives. This is why I do other content. I have other information coming out. I have brochures that I'm making. I'm working on pamphlets because I care about your family. Because I want your family to thrive and not just try to make it. I want you to make it. I don't I don't like the word try because you know why? Try is 50-50. Let's stop trying and let's do our best. And if your best is not good enough, then you get to the place of saying you might be at that place now. I've done my best, DMP Speaks. It's not working. Now I need some help. Let me help you. Simple as that. Let me help you. Guys, thank you so much for your time on this morning, this Friday morning. Listen, it's the end of the week. I know a lot of you are already out of school, but I want you to enjoy your family. Enjoy this time. It's beautiful out. Be careful of the smoke in Western and Central New York and around New York State. But again, everybody, thank you so much for your time. If I could be a help to you, please email me at dmpspeaksllc@gmail.com. Again, that's dmpspeaksllc@gmail.com. Catch me tomorrow, Saturday at 8:30 a.m. Tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Guys, thank you so much for your time. I love you. Peace.